Soul Land 2 Episode 91. Wang Dong'er and Wang Qiuer's martial souls fused. They were able to kill Soul Sage Hua Yuhao with a single blow. Xiao Xiao watched in stunned silence. The story follows on from the previous episode. Hua Yuhao participates in the finals of the Soul Island Elite competition. At the same time, he creates a mental clone and quietly leaves. Meanwhile, in the western suburbs of Mingdu, a major competition is about to begin. The final prize for the champion is officially revealed. A man appears, named Yi Yulin, a 9th-level soul engineer. His title is the Starry Sky Donghua. He specializes in creating various high-altitude soul tools. He is comparable to Jing Hongchen. The Starry Sky Donghua raises his hands, and a sphere of silver and nitrogen gold flies into the air. They shine brightly, attracting and rotating around each other. The host respectfully asks, "Respected Master Yi Yulin, could you please tell us about this prize?" Yi Yulin nods and begins to introduce his proud creation. This item is called the Sun Moon Divine Needle. It is an offensive soul tool. It can reach an altitude of 1,600 meters and has a strike range of 30 kilometers in diameter. With sufficient mental power, it can hit wherever you aim. The host then explains the rules of the competition. The first stage is to create a soul tool within 3 hours. After 3 hours, we will immediately move on to the skill assessment stage, followed by an elimination round. Hikaitu pushes Hua Yuhao's wheelchair onto the competition stage. The ODU Chamber of Commerce sends out 3 composed male soul engineers. The Pinkfin Alliance is even more eye-catching. The 3 who take the stage are all female soul engineers. They wear red, yellow, and blue dresses, respectively. It's clear the Pinkfin Alliance is trying to use a beauty trick. These 3 women may look charming, but they're probably viperous. Soon, the competition officially begins. A soundproof and light barrier envelopes the competition stage. Starry Sky Donghua Yi Yulin sits in a seat, his gaze fixed on Hua Yuhao. Among the 9 participants, this disabled person, Hua Yuhao, makes the biggest moves. Several large molds are continuously being created. Yi Yulin is curious about what Hua Yuhao is doing. After all, according to the soul tool creation process, with sufficient energy, one should first create the difficult core magic array. But Hua Yuhao starts by making the outer shell. In his opinion, this approach is putting the cart before the horse. In just a few minutes, Hua Yuhao has already filled his surroundings with more than a dozen outer shells. Although Hua Yuhao's movements are extremely fast and quite serious, his soul is in extreme pain. He separated a sliver of his soul. That sliver of soul was injected into a body condensed from mental power. Now, under his control, that mental clone is heading straight for Mingdu. His main body is participating in the competition, while his clone goes to do other things. As a result, side effects appear. His main body experiences constant dizziness. The separated mental body and his main body constantly flicker and interact, preventing him from concentrating on creating the more complex core magic array. However, as time passes, Hua Yuhao adapts. The sliver of soul within the mental body gradually regains consciousness, allowing him to gradually divide his attention. At this moment, Hua Yuhao truly achieves 2 minds thinking as one. Half an hour later, Yi Yulin notices something. He looks at Hua Yuhao and thinks to himself, could this kid be making a humanoid soul tool? How is that possible? In just 3 hours, even if he could complete a humanoid soul tool, it would require carving hundreds of core magic arrays inside to function. Yi Yulin thinks it's a fantasy, impossible to achieve. But the more he thinks this, the more intense his curiosity becomes. Meanwhile, Hua Yuhao's main body is enjoying the thrill of carving metal. Elsewhere, his mental clone has returned to Mingdu City. Under the night sky, not far from the Sun Moon Academy, Jian Qiji, Juechen, Jin Zian, Xiao Xiao, Wang Dong'er, and Wang Qiuer are waiting patiently. Except for Bei Bei, who is recovering from his injuries at the hotel, everyone in the Tang sect is mobilized. Tonight, a big show is about to begin. In the Sun Moon Imperial Palace, Zhu Zi is accompanying Su Tian'an as he reads. Suddenly, Su Tian'an asks Zhu Zi, "Do you want to go see the Soul Island tool creation competition?" You're a soul engineer too, so you should be interested in this, right? Juzi pauses for a moment, shakes her head, and says, I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay with your highness. Su Tianran smiles and says, since Juzi isn't going to watch the competition, then don't leave my side later. The next moment, an old voice rings out, since you're all here, there's no need to hide. Come out. This sentence acts as a signal. A large number of guards instantly surround Su Tianran's study, guarding it tightly. At the same time, the dark night sky is suddenly illuminated as if it were daytime. A figure in a black robe hovers in the air above the study. His aged face reveals a look of pride. Just then, a strange voice rings out. Dragon Emperor Donghua, when did you become someone's watchdog? How times have changed. The speaker is Du Busi, the sect master of the body sect, a 98th level super Donghua. And the one guarding Su Tianran is Long Xiaoao, a 99th level limit Donghua. He is also the chief enshrined of the Holy Spirit cult. The Holy Spirit cult has been developing in the Sun Moon Empire for countless years. They use each other to their advantage. The Holy Spirit cult helps Su Tianran conquer the 3 original continents. In return, they demand to become the state religion of the Sun Moon Empire. And the cult master can inherit the position of national teacher. They demand that Su Tianran, after unifying the continent, announce to the world that the Holy Spirit cult is the true orthodoxy of soul masters, replacing the title of evil soul master. Su Tianran isn't too worried about the Holy Spirit cult. In his mind, the day he unifies the continent will be the day the Holy Spirit cult is destroyed. Du Busi mocks Long Xiaoao, you were from the Heaven Do Empire, but now you've become a Sun Moon lapdog. Hearing Heaven Do Empire, Long Xiaoyao's expression changes slightly. He asks seriously, has your body sect really pledged allegiance to the Heaven Do Empire? Du Busi scoffs. He frankly states that the body sect is now the protector sect of the Heaven Do Empire. He tells Long Xiaoao to step aside, declaring their objective is to kill Su Tianran. Blood sword. Long Xiaoao calmly says, instead of meddling in worldly affairs, let's settle this in the sky. Xianzi, you come out too. Today, I will face you all together. 10,000 years ago, after Tang San ascended to the God realm, he left behind a divine rule. Regarding worldly conflicts, Donghua-level experts from both sides must battle in the sky. Only the victorious side can attack those below Donghua level on the opposing side. As long as one titled Donghua remains undefeated on the opposing side, those titled Donghuas cannot interfere in worldly battles. This greatly minimizes casualties. 10,000 years have passed, and even Du Busi wouldn't dare break this rule. In the sky, Xian Lao and Du Busi face each other. Behind them, in the void, stand over 20 titled Donghua-level experts. Even someone as strong as Long Xiaoao changes expression upon seeing the scene. In terms of numbers, his side has only half as many experts. Du Busi laughs heartily and says that since Long Xiaoao is his senior, he won't hold back. Next, Du Busi and Xian Lao jointly attack Long Xiaoao. Facing the attack of 2 powerful experts, Long Xiaoao remains fearless. He raises his hands and strikes out a palm towards each of them. In an instant, thunderclouds surge. An ancient dragon suddenly appears. The palm shadows expand to 100 meters in the wind. Du Busi shouts loudly, and a dark green figure appears behind him. With a large hand, he forcefully tears the palm shadows apart. Behind Xian Lao, the shadow of the gluttonous bull flashes, and he fiercely strikes out with a fist. Meeting Long Xiaoyao's palm, a rumbling sound echoes. Xian Lao is instantly sent flying for more than 10 meters. In the distance, Long Xiaoao only sways slightly. 1 against 2, Long Xiaoao still has the upper hand. A single level difference, but the difference in strength is vast. Meanwhile, in a dark street next to the Sun Moon Academy, Hua Yuhao's mental clone's voice rings out. It started. Let's begin too. Wang Donger looks at the small figure on her shoulder and can't help but tease, you look quite cute like this. The foot-tall Hua Yuhao rolls his eyes and says, let's go. Hurry up. How much of this fool's errand we can accomplish depends on this half-hour operation. Before this, Hu Yuhao used his mental power to track the people selling rare metals. He eventually located this underground warehouse storing rare metals. At this time, the experts guarding the warehouse have been drawn away by the battle at the palace. After dealing with the guards outside, Hu Yuhao has Ji Juechen and Jin Zian stay outside to keep watch. He enters with Xiao Xiao, Wang Dong'er, and Wang Qiu'er. With Hu Yuhao's mental detection, the four overcome various obstacles, avoiding traps, and finally reach a depth of 100 meters underground. It's a huge warehouse with an area of over 10,000 square meters. Large boxes are neatly arranged and categorized. There are at least 10,000 tons of various rare metals. Wang Dong'er softly asks, "Are these all rare metals? Shall we start grabbing them?" Hu Yuhao shakes his head and says there are 3 warehouses in total. The next 2 levels contain even more rare metals. After turning several corners, they find the second door. Hu Yuhao hands the Life Watcher blade to Wang Qiu'er. With the help of this blade, the metal door in front of them turns completely into powder, disintegrating. The moment the door breaks open, almost simultaneously, a pale white light shoots out from inside. Wang Qiu'er snorts and blocks the attack with her golden dragon spear. Wang Dong'er also acts quickly, moving close to the ground. Her scarlet flame guillotine slashes towards the person's waist. Guarding the second warehouse is a middle-aged soul sage expert. He fires a withering ray and immediately retreats, planning to lure Hu Yuhao and the others into the traps on the second level. Just as he is about to retreat, a large cauldron blocks his path. It's right in his escape route. The soul sage tries to rush over the cauldron, but Xiao Xiao won't let him. In an instant, 3 cauldrons stack up like acrobats in front of him. Seeing this, the soul sage is furious. With a thought, his soul tool shines brightly. A dark red metal ball appears in his hand. Hu Yuhao curses inwardly, a level 7 high explosive bomb. Isn't he afraid of blowing this place up? At the same time, he mentally communicates with Wang Qiu'er and Wang Dong'er. "What are you two waiting for? Do you really want us all to be buried here?" Hearing Hu Yuhao's words, Wang Qiu'er, who is hesitant, rushes forward. She throws the Life Watcher blade at the soul sage. With a flash of light, the level 7 high explosive bomb the soul sage just threw is hit and disappears. How is this possible? The soul sage is shocked and immediately activates his invincible shield. He prepares to use all his soul tools to block them. But then the soul sage sees a bizarre scene. The girl with wavy blue hair suddenly rushes forward. She throws the spear in her hand at him and then tightly hugs the girl with the guillotine. In an instant, the 2 figures merge and transform. A stunningly beautiful figure emerges. Her long blue hair flows down. 6 golden dragon wings unfurl. Golden scale armor covers her entire body. The beautiful girl raises a hand and grabs the golden dragon spear. A resounding dragon's roar echoes through the depths. The soul sage is already stunned. His invincible shield is struck countless times by the spear in an instant. In less than 2 seconds, the shield shatters and is pierced. 6 golden dragons? What is? This is the soul sage's last thought. His vision goes black, and he knows nothing more. The beautiful girl, clad in golden armor, holds her spear diagonally, exuding an awe-inspiring aura. Hu Yuhao and Xiao Xiao behind her are completely dumbfounded. The Qiudong fusion was Hu Yuhao's plan, but this is the first time he has witnessed the 2 girls' awesome martial soul fusion. Hu Yuhao has already thought of a name for it, the Golden Butterfly Dragon. The fused state of the 2 girls before him possesses the power of at least a peak 7th ring. Coupled with the Golden Dragon Spear, an artifact that absorbs life force, their combat power is even more terrifying. Hu Yuhao can't help but sigh inwardly. The 2 girls look identical and can even fuse their martial souls. Besides being sisters, he can't think of any other possibility. Like, subscribe, and follow for more. Don't get lost. Next episode, Palace Fortress under threat. The assassination attempt on Su Tianran fails,